Hello everybody and welcome to the new arcade. I'm Andrew and we are back on MCParks for our part 2 of our Disneyland tour. Last time we took a look at Main Street USA down there, the beautiful castle of Disneyland, and then the two lands that we took a look at were Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, which is just down there. So today we will be checking out the other 3 or 4 lands, actually, because it's different than the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. But the other lands in the park, which are over on the left side. As you can see, the park is sort of designed where you come in there, and it's designed this wheel and spokes sort of design, where it like comes in here and that branches out around the park, and it makes things easy to sort of like find when you're like at the first time at the park and you can't really figure out where you are. All you gotta do is walk one way or the other and you'll eventually find the center, and then you'll be able to access all the lands. So we have just headed into Adventureland, and it's a little different than the Magic Kingdom in Disney World in that it kind of takes this curve to the left, whereas Disney World you kind of walk in and it kind of banks to the right a little bit. But this, it's like you walk right past the Enchanted Tiki Room, which is right here. And right here in this little stand, actually, is where you can get Dole Whips. And if you do not know what a Dole Whip is, if you're ever going to Disney World or Disneyland, you must try them. And, you know, a little side fun fact tip thing is actually, if you go to the Polynesian in Disney World, you can get Dole Whips there. And there's there's a way shorter line. Moving on, we continue this way. You take a left, and then right, and then you are sort of into the main area. And then they have all these different shops lined up here. Obviously, you can't access them on the theme park yet on the server because they are still being built, but they still really make it work to make it look like the shops are all still there. And then, right over here, I believe, is the Jungle Cruise. Yes. And the Jungle Cruise, if you do not know what that is basically this riverboat tour in which you go past these animatronic animals. And back when it first opened, it used to be this legit thing where people thought these were like the real animals, and you'd go see them and they look super cool because they look so realistic. But now when you have things like Kilimanjaro safaris over in the Animal Kingdom, hi person, when you have things like that in the Animal Kingdom with real animals, this kind of seems sort of more obsolete, so they picked it up in a different way and sort of rebooted the attraction where they sort of know it's fake, and the people who are driving the boats sort of tell funny, cheesy jokes, and it's a lot of good fun, but not too serious. And then over here you have, okay, first off, I'm missing something, and I might be wrong about that, but this is the Tarzan treehouse, which in Magic Kingdom it's the Swiss Family treehouse, and this one I've never actually done it, but you sort of walk up right at the middle, and it's placed in this very interesting area to where it blocks off the next land nicely, so you can't exactly see it perfectly, and it really makes it feel like you're still in Adventureland. So back here, and I probably totally missed it, this over here, I believe, is actually the Jungle Cruise. Right here. And this is the Indiana Jones ride, which this is probably the best ride in Disneyland, in my opinion. Just the theming's amazing. The ride is amazing. If you've ever been on Dinosaur in the Animal Kingdom, it's a lot like that, but better. Actually, it's all themed to Indiana Jones, and it's just amazing. I highly recommend either going there and experiencing it, or at the very least looking up a POV and watching it, because it's just amazing how they do the ride. There's this one part where you are going through the like sort of corridors and the caves and stuff like that, and it starts shooting air, or it feels like it's shooting arrows at you, and they sort of pump like air to make it feel like there are arrows coming at you, and it's really, really cool and really well done. Now this next area that we've just walked into is, why is its name escaping me? I was just there a few months ago. It is, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to look this up afterwards and I'll put an annotation if I'm wrong. It is New Orleans Square. that just doesn't sound right. But this attraction right here is Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, what's interesting about this is Magic Kingdom has its Pirates area, and it's sort of placed in Adventureland, while it's in its own area with the New Orleans Square, and it's not themed to Adventureland. And the building looks a lot different than the Magic Kingdom, and I prefer this ride better than the Magic Kingdom. It's like very well done, and it does this thing where if it's open, we are going to walk in this quickly. Yes, okay, so if you walk in, oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe we can't access it. I don't think Pirates is open, actually. But if you can see through here, that area right that I'm pointing to, the boats actually pass by it as they're going back to the loading bay. And you can sort of see the attraction from the queue. And for whatever reason, I always love those types of rides that do that, where you can see the attraction sort of still in the attraction, but you can also see the people. And it also does this cool thing when you're first departing the station. You head into this sort of lagoon area, and it's very peaceful. And if you look to your right, you'll see people dining at a restaurant, and that is called the Blue Bayou, and I believe it's back here. I've never actually eaten here, but you can see the ride from the restaurant and vice versa, and it just makes the theming amazing. It's so cool how they make it. It looks like it's night out, but it's really not. You're just in a building. It's so fantastic how they do that. Now, I am confused because it looks like this area is actually closed. Because they're sort of remaking it. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to continue down this way. Okay, so over here, which this is still part of the New Orleans area, is the Haunted Mansion. And again, it is a bit better version, in my opinion, of the, Haunted Mansion than the Magic Kingdom one. It has the new Hatbox Ghost, which is this animatronic ghost that they had, and then they took it out for no reason, and people wanted it back, and there was this weird cult following around it, and then they finally brought it back, and the animatronic is really good. It certainly looks great. I got to experience it last time I was there, along with New Matterhorn and Hyperspace Mountain, and I really, really thought it was pretty cool. It's really short, so don't overhype it, but nonetheless, it stops you and shows you the Hatbox Ghost, and people are like, "Oh, it's the Hatbox Ghost! That's so cool!" And I'm like, okay, I don't really understand the cult following, but it's still a really nice animatronic nonetheless. So right here, if the chunks will load, is Splash Mountain, and this is in its own area again. It's not in Frontierland like Magic Kingdom. I don't think it's going to load, which is a bummer. Otherwise, that minecart would be where it's heading down. But it is essentially the same ride as the Magic Kingdom, with the exception of these log flumes do not have. Oh, there we go. They do not have seatbelts or anything, and instead they just have handlebars that you hold on to, whereas the other one in Magic Kingdom has lap bars that kind of hold you down. So, in my opinion, this is a little scarier because you really get lifted out of your seat for it during all the drops. Otherwise, it's the same thing. You go around, see whatever the Briar Rabbit character, and see his little adventures, and then you end up going up the hill and dropping down into the Briar Patch. And then finally, for Critter Country over here, is... And again, I do not think this server has built this to scale, but nonetheless, it still looks amazing. I think this doesn't wrap around quite how they have built it, but they are, I believe, building a new version of Disneyland, maybe. I think they are, and I think it'll be a little more to scale. So then back here, they have one more ride in Critter Country, and that is I don't know where it is. It's somewhere back there. It is the Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, it's right here. The Winnie the Pooh adventure thing, which, unlike Magic Kingdom, again, there's a lot of differences between the two, and this one has it in Critter Country, where the other one is in Fantasyland. And this one, it also starts outdoors too, and when you see, it's another one of those things where you can see the cars going around from the outside when you're just walking around, and it's just something that I really love in an attraction, and that's why this is just another one of the attractions that's better in Disneyland. It's just because of those small little details and differences. So walking back through this area quickly, this right here is the Tom Sawyer Island, and you access this in Frontierland, I believe, but you can also see Fantasmic right there. And as long as we are talking about that, Fantasmic actually isn't operating, and all the attractions over here isn't operating. And that's because Star Wars Land is coming in a few years, and it is going to be the largest land in Disneyland Park by far. Like, we're talking the combination of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, which are like the largest lands there. And it'll be situated right there, and it'll actually connect Critter Country, which is a dead end, and Toontown, which is a dead end, which that is pretty cool in my opinion. But there's like a whole pathway by Frontierland as we're walking over here that is closed off, that's kind of behind Big Thunder Mountain, and that's just all for Star Wars Land. So up here, this is Frontierland. We have just headed into Frontierland, and if we walk a little further, we will find Big Thunder Mountain, the wildest ride in the wilderness. That's right. It is, again, different and, in my opinion, better than Disney World because it has more updated effects. Actually, it got an update pretty recently in like 2012, where the last lift hill you are going up, there's like big dynamite explosions. That's another one where I highly recommend either going to experience or looking up a POV on YouTube, because it's just something really cool that they do with the effects in this attraction, and it's really nice. And it's another one where in Magic Kingdom you board indoors, and this one you board outdoors, and you can sort of see the trains better, like coming through here and stuff like that, and it just makes it look so much cooler for whatever reason. I don't know why I like that sort of thing, but it's just really, really nice. So as I said, you have like the Tom Sawyer Island, but unlike Magic Kingdom, Frontierland is sort of a really small land, and it only really has Big Thunder Mountain, and that's why, as a whole for the land, I think Magic Kingdom's is a little better because it has Splash Mountain. But you know, it's still good for what it is in this land in Disneyland, because when you sort of walk this corner, you're like, oh, it's the massive Big Thunder Mountain, and there's nothing else to really marvel at, so all your attention's drawn to this one attraction, and it just makes it look even cooler. They do, however, right over here have the Frontierland Shooting Expo or something like that, and I did this the first time we were there just because I had never done any of the shooting Frontierland things in both Magic Kingdom and this, so we said what the heck, we'll do it, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. So we have just exited Frontierland, and surprisingly, that is the end of our tour. Those lands are a lot smaller and shorter than the lands over there, and they have a lot less detail. But nonetheless, they are still very nice lands. What theme park would you like me to visit next? We have just done Disneyland. There are tons of other Minecraft theme parks that we can do, and I think it would be very fun to do them all. So I will see you guys next time in the next episode of New Minecraft Theme Parks. Bye, everybody.